Hello the internet, and welcome to another Scenario Library Innovation Studio home workshop where we show you how to grow your own veggie patch. Today we're going to show you how to make compost. We're going to make a snake-proof compost bin. You'll be able to put your vegetable scraps in there, your lawn clippings, and make beautiful compost that you can put into your soil so all those nutrients can be used up by the vegetables growing in your veggie patch. So for this workshop you're going to need a bucket with a good fitting lid. You're going to need a drill because we're going to put a few aeration holes in here. You'll also need some brown materials you might find from the garden, which could be bark, old leaves, or corrugated cardboard. So long as it hasn't been printed on, we don't want to mix any ink and stuff in here. You'll also need green materials, which can be vegetable scraps, that can be coffee grounds. Now with all these things, you want to make sure that they're broken up into nice small pieces. You don't want to have great big hunking bits of wood, and you don't want whole onions or anything like that. Your vegetable scraps need to be chopped up quite fine as well. It'll massively speed up the amount of time it takes for your waste to turn into lovely compost. Now this is a batch composting process, and what that means is we're not going to keep adding to this day after day, week after week. We're going to do it all in one go, put the lid on, and work it out over a few weeks and turn it into soil real quickly. Now what that means is you're going to need quite a lot of material straight away that's going to fill your bucket up. Now, if you're not giving your vegetable scraps to your chickens, sorry chickens, not today, I need them for a workshop, and you're not making beautiful vegetable stock out of them, then these can be a great addition to your compost. But you're unlikely to have a huge amount of them all in one go. What you can do is keep them in little buckets and trays in the freezer until you're ready to use them. Now the reason for the mix of green and brown materials is they both have different properties. The green materials have lots of nutrients in them, which is going to be fantastic for our vegetables when it comes to pulling nutrients out of the soil. It's a bit of a recycling effort really. The brown materials have got lots of carbon and other things in there that are great for the bacteria that are going to be in here converting everything into compost. You might be thinking, where is that bacteria coming from? Why is there bacteria in here? Well, the bacteria is going to be coming from the earth. We're going to get a bucket full of soil and sprinkle it in here as we go. Soil is full of bacteria and good organisms that help the plants grow. It's a living system. If we got a bucket full of moon dust and tried to grow plants in it, we wouldn't have a lot of luck. So we need to make sure the compost we're making has all that good stuff in there too, and that's actually what's going to make the decomposition process work. That bacteria is going to be eating and breaking down all of our grasses and the brown material as well, and making it into fantastic soil. It's basically a natural process that we're speeding up in this contained system. So first up, get your bucket, and we're going to drill some holes in it. Now be very careful with your drill, put eye protection on, and go gently. We're going to space these apart, about 6 to 8 centimeters apart. I'm going to put them around the rim, because that's where my bucket's quite strong, and I'll put a few down the bottom as well. This is to allow air into the compost. Aeration is very important. Okay, I'm going to put my gloves on and go and get some chopped grass. What we need is a pile of green stuff and then a pile of brown stuff that's twice as much as the green stuff. It's really important to get that ratio right. 2/3 brown stuff, 1/3 green stuff. And also, don't forget to get a bucket of earth. Fantastic. Take those back. Start making a pile. And some leaves there. We can't use the stick. I'll have to pull the leaves off. The stick won't break down quickly enough. Hello, good morning. You after some birdseed in your feeder? Now to start collecting cut grass. I just mowed this the other day, so there's going to be plenty of it. Okay, I've got my green pile and I've got my brown pile. Now some people find getting the brown stuff a bit tricky. Really the best place to look is under a group of trees with a bit of canopy. You'll always find brown rotting leaves there. And I've also got my bucket of dirt. And if this is your second time making compost, you can use a bit of compost from the first one to kickstart your second one. Now, noisy birds. Okay, the way to do this is in layers. Now the reason for this is you want it already pre-mixed. We're going to be mixing it up every few days anyway, but it's great to start off with a good mix of layer of this, layer of that, layer of this, layer of that. That way you don't end up with any big clumps of green that just get rotten and stinky in there. Okay, so 1 layer of green. A layer of brown that's twice as thick. And put in some of your dirt. There we go. Push that down a little bit and keep alternating. Layer of green, a layer of brown stuff that's twice as thick as your green layer. And keep going until your bucket is almost full. You don't want to fill it up completely because once we're done with this, we're going to have the lid on And every day or so, we're going to turn it, making sure the lid doesn't fall off. So mix it up. You can give it a bit of a shake and you're done. Now you're going to want to do that every day or every couple of days for about 5 or 6 weeks until your compost is ready. If after a few weeks your bucket is cold, that means the bacteria is not multiplying in there. All those microorganisms are not kick-starting the decomposition process. And what you're going to need is more green stuff. You also don't want the mixture to be too wet. If it's getting too wet, put some more brown stuff in there. But really, if you get 1/3 to 2/3 mixture from the beginning, you should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna go get busy with that and let's see what happens in 6 weeks' time. Okay, so I've been doing this for about 5 weeks now over the summer. It's been nice and warm, so that's helped a lot. Let's have a look inside. We've been turning this every couple of days and this looks beautiful. Let's get my hands into this. It's good earth. This is great. Look at that. This is fantastic. Oh, what's that? Okay, well, that just goes to prove that you shouldn't put paper in that has ink and stuff, and it often has a bit of a covering. I think this is probably off of an avocado or an apple or something like that, and it's one of the stickers and it just hasn't broken down whatsoever. Oh dear. Anyway, what else have we got in here? We've got some insects crawling around. They must have been with the original batch, or their eggs were in with the original batch, but they're doing a great job. This sort of thing really helps break down the soil. You'll find them in any good healthy soil. Yep, that's fantastic. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so I'm back from the future. Hopefully that all worked out well, but here I am with my first batch of compost, and I'm going to keep it by my veggie patch. I'm going to go put it behind Pertwee, so every time I water my veggie patch, I'll pick this up and give it a good shake and a mix as well. That way I won't forget to do it. We hope you enjoyed this gardening workshop. Please like, share and subscribe so you and others can join us on the next CNRL Library Innovation Studio online workshop. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the usual places at Innovation Stew or hashtag Innovation Stew. And check the Home Workshops page on innovationstew.com.au for extra resources. See you next time and happy gardening.